Rudy Giuliani is the 107th mayor of New York, out of Brooklyn by way of Garden City South. He is widely credited with law and order at a different time and place for a more fractious New York City. He's gone on to some success. He's gone on to a lot of debate as well. We greet him here at 76 years old and well-preserved. Rudy Giuliani, I got to get right to it. On Fox the other night, you made national headlines with a lot of coughing as well. How are you, and have you had a test recently?
Well, let me start with the good news. Yeah, I had a test recently. The day of that time that I was coughing. I coughed twice, actually, and I was clearing my throat. I had a test maybe 2 hours earlier. It came back yesterday, and I'm negative. That's the second one I've had since I was with the group in the White House that, unfortunately, most of them came down with it. I feel very bad for them. I almost feel a little guilty, I guess, but I was one of the few, along with Jared and Ivanka, that didn't. But so far, I don't, and
right.
I'll go back and get tested again on Friday, and then I'll be out of the woods, I hope. I mean, you got to be very positive about it. Also, I'm not that nervous about it. I know that if it does happen, I know exactly what to take. My doctor has already prescribed hydroxychloroquine, which I'm taking every day now for 5 days as a prophylactic.
Your doctor has prescribed that to you. Has a doctor prescribed that to you, or have you told the doctor you're going to take this controversial medicine?
Oh no, the doctor has treated 2,500 patients who had this illness. Believe it or not, the man is a genius. He invented the Zelenko protocol. And he's lost only 2 patients.
Right. Rudy, you are the personal confidant to the president. He's tweeted twice this morning. He is in recovery. He wants to get back to the Oval Office and work. Have you spoken to him in the last 24 hours? And what are you going to advise him to get this campaign back on the rails?
Well, I mean, what he's doing, which is he's got his surrogates out all over the country, making speeches, making talks. He is he's communicating from the White House. Communicating what he has to from the White House, and as soon as he can, he'll be back out on the road himself. But he's got something like 500 surrogates in all different parts of the country, particularly in the key battleground states, who are speaking for him.
Okay,
I'm going to go do
Rudy,
a few
I don't mean to interrupt, but look, Mike Pence has the most important vice presidential debate tonight. You and Mike Pence have the president's ear. What are you telling him, and what is Mike Pence going to do tonight to get the campaign on the track to get the marginal voter that the president has clearly lost?
No, he hasn't clearly lost it. You're reading polls that were the same polls. He was behind by, if I take you back 4 years, we were 3 days after the Billy Bush revelations, and he was being counted out at this point, and he was about 18 points behind, 17 points behind. So, I mean, I understand what's wrong with the polls. They oversample Democrats. There's anywhere near a 5 to 6 point differential in favor of Trump that's not there because you don't measure enthusiasm. His enthusiasm level is still 3 times Biden's. The Biden voter, half of them are voting, just because they're Democrats. The other half are voting out of hatred for Trump. The Trump voters are voting because they love him. And because they realize he's been one of the most consequential presidents ever. And they are very afraid of a socialist state because they believe that Biden is impaired and not able to really handle the
come on, Rudy. I mean, John Farrell, Rudy, John Farrell wants to get in here. Do you see evidence that the former vice president is impaired?
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Not only that, I've had doctors look at him. And I've done a podcast on it. RudyGiuliani'sCommonSense.com. Go look at it. The 2 doctors will compare speeches Joe Biden gave 5 years ago with speeches he's giving now. He loses his train of thought in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, but so do I. Rudy, so do I. John Farrell. John, jump in here.
No, you don't.
Oh, come on. I lose my train of thought on an hourly basis. John, jump in here.
I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, Joe Biden, I pledge allegiance to the United States,
Rudy.
under guard.
John, save
the
us
rest.
Here. John
how about he couldn't get those are listen to me. Go get let's not even argue about it. Go get DSM-5. You know what that is? DSM-5? You don't. It's the psychiatrist's handbook. Go look at the 10 symptoms of dementia. He's got 8 of them. One of them is losing the train of thought frequently
John,
in the middle of his
save me here. John doesn't
Another
know
one
the
is
Pledge
having
of
trouble with
Allegiance.
numbers. 3030303030.
Right.
No, he doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
John,
He
jump in
doesn't
here,
know it.
please.
He doesn't remember it because he has dementia. It's a disease. It's an illness.
Hold on a
if
second.
he doesn't
Rudy,
have it,
Rudy,
nobody has it.
Please, let's move on. Okay, honestly, Rudy, we're talking about something that is peripheral to an issue that is much more important right now,
American people
which is the
of
idea
a fair
that
chance
we're in
to
a
hear the
pandemic.
truth,
Rudy,
which is disgraceful.
Please,
it's disgraceful
Rudy,
that you're doing
please,
this.
honestly,
You're cutting me off in the middle.
Listen,
no, honestly,
right now,
you are being obstructive. I am talking about facts. I'm talking about a psychiatric textbook. You don't even know.
Listen.
You don't want the American people to hear that the guy running for president has an illness. It is clear. It's obvious. Go read DSM-5. Look for the symptoms of dementia. He's got 8 of them. And don't tell me, Rudy. That is the truth. I know it's uncomfortable for you, but it's the truth.
Rudy.
He's also a big crook.
Rudy, I'm not going to sit here
what, Rudy?
And go through Rudy.
Don't talk to me in that.
Again.
You do not talk to me in that tone.
Matt Giuliani.
As if what I'm saying isn't worthy of consideration.
I'm just here to ask you a question.
No. I didn't like to
focus on the medical
tone.
state of the former Vice President Joe Biden.
Okay, let's focus on the 3.5 million. Let's focus on the 3.5 million from one of the close friends of Putin in Russia that went to his son who was suffering from drug addiction.
Matt Giuliani.
Why would you pay 3.5 million?
Let's focus.
Why did China pay the son 30 million? The Communist Party of China. Can we talk about the things that you don't talk about, the things that you hide from the American people?
We've agreed to do an interview.
Yes, sir.
Not a monologue. Do you want to let me ask some questions?
No, I've agreed to come on so that I can tell the truth. I didn't come on to be a slave to your questions.
Rudy, we're doing an interview.
Fair.
Mr. Farrow is going to ask you a question because that's what we do here.
Well, ask me the question.
John, ask a question of the former mayor of New York City.
But you can't stop me if you don't like what I'm saying.
Rudy.
Well, no, I just want to focus the interview a little bit. Matt Giuliani, you have direct experience in preparation with the president for the debates.
Let us see if you can answer a fair question.
Let's talk about the debates. Governor Christie.
No, why don't we talk about what's not talked about? Absolutely not.
We can talk
about. The president wasn't going to.
The president was debating. Not talked about in a moment.
Will you let me finish the answer?
Let me finish. You haven't even let me complete the question.
Let me.
Matt Giuliani. Let's do this.
Good. I'll wait for you to complete the question. Let's see if you can ask a fair one.
I've been asking a question about the debates, sir. So let's start there. I'm not interested in getting combative with you. The debates, which you had direct involvement in to prepare the president for. Governor Christie said the president was too hot. What did you learn from those debates?
I learned that the president has to do that when he's debating the moderator and Joe Biden. And when, for months, the media has been covering up facts the American people have to know about Joe Biden, about his incredible history, his and his family's, of taking money from countries like Iraq, countries like Ukraine, countries like Russia, and basically getting 30 million or more from the Communist Party of China, with which his son has been a partner for the last 4 years. The American people don't know that because those questions aren't asked. Those things are suppressed. The reason they don't know that Joe Biden is demented is because you cut off those parts of his interviews when he loses his train of thought, as he did twice the other night. So that's my answer to the question. Next question.
Matt Giuliani, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us today, sir. The lawyer to the president.
Thank you.
No, you didn't.
And the former mayor of New York City.
You don't appreciate my time. Boy, you're so phony.
I very much did, sir.
Thank you
very much.
God almighty.
The former mayor of New York City.
You're working for the Democratic.
Thank you very much.
John, it is remarkable
Looking ahead to the debate a little bit later this evening, Tom Keene.